Hello and welcome again to Spain Residency. I'd like to talk to you about non-lucrative residency and the eligibility criteria, objective and subjective criteria. This is how we divide the requirements that the authorities in Spain will check to apply your application to basically approve it or to reject it. Basically, Spanish consulate and immigration officers use both sets of criteria to determine compliance of a non-lucrative residency application. Objective criteria basically consist of documents, financial records and certificates, but also if the applicant, for example, is able to live in Spain without having to miss out on his job in his country. It's very simple. If you have a 9-to-5 job in your own country, you're hardly going to be a non-lucrative residency applicant because you have to be in your country working. And therefore, if you only have 1 month of holidays, you're not going to be the 6 months required to live in Spain as a minimum to have your residency renewed. Subjective criteria. It's basically a condensation or a conjunction of principles, of ideas that the Spanish authorities will apply, and they normally link to the desire to live in Spain, to knowledge of the country, but also connections to the country. For example, if you have friends, if you have family, if you visited the country before, and generally the conviction of the immigration officer or the consulate officer that the applicant really wishes to live in Spain. You see, there's nothing worse than applying for a residency, a non-lucrative residency, and then going to the interview and telling the interviewer, which is generally the consul or the consul staff, which is designated for that task, that you don't really know Spain, that you've got someone told you about Spain, that you may want to visit Spain once you have a residency card, that you really want to travel with the card and not really live in Spain temporarily. Because what you're going to get is very simple. You're going to be rejected outright. And once you're rejected outright, then it's going to be difficult to rebuild that application to make it believable. So whilst in Spain, they do not apply what they call the invisible wall, i.e. what many lawyers name the handling, for example, of Donald Trump of immigration applications because he doesn't want more immigrants in the country. Spain will not do that, but Spain will check and will note down, will write down whether you have knowledge of the country, you've got friends, family connections, whether you like the country, and whether you objectively and subjectively really wish to live in this country.